Hello, my friends. Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa String Works Man Cave. I've got my area mic set up this evening. Hopefully it'll come through. I've done a number of test recordings and I think I've got it adjusted pretty well. We'll know when we know. I have got some really good songs picked out. Some of my favorite Doyle Lawson songs, although I could pick for an hour and still have more favorite Doyle Lawson songs. He's one of my favorite bluegrassers for sure. And I would say that what stands out about Doyle Lawson to me, I mean, not only is he a great singer, mandolin player, all that, but it's his arrangements of his songs. He arranges them so well. It's just every note's where it should be, all the breaks are where they should be, all the different arrangements. And I tell you for sure, and I believe this firmly, you can take, just an average good song and make it a great song by the arrangement. And that's what he does. He takes just good songs and arranges them properly, and they become great songs. So I've got several great songs for you tonight. I hope I'm not the weak link here and screw them all up real bad. So we're going to start off in the key of G. This one is just 1-4-5, so G, C, D, and it has a 2 in it. And I think that's it. I don't think there's any other chords in it. We'll know when we get into it, but I don't think there's any minors in this. This is called More Behind the Picture Than the Wall. Goes like this, and I'm going to send this out to all of our service people. That includes Dottie and everyone else that ever was in the service. You served and I didn't have to, and I'm happy about that. I mean, and I don't mean that in a slight way or a smart way. I seriously mean that. I'm very happy about that. People need to serve, and you all did that, and I say thank you. It's wonderful. Goes like this. I was cleaning out my closet, throwing things away. I'd forgotten all about it, but I looked and there it lay. I picked it up and found the frame and hung it in the hall. Yes, there's more behind this picture than the wall. It was taken on that trip we took back in '92. Casey sure did look like me, and Lori looked like you. We had no way of knowing then just how the cards would fall. But there's more behind this picture than the wall. Casey joined the army. They sent him far from home. Lori moved to Hollywood, pretending she was grown. You and I held on and tried to make sense of it all. Yes, there's more behind this picture than the wall. Too soon our little family was scattered to the wind. You fell out of love with me and you wouldn't fall back in. And I was sleeping by myself the night we got that call. Yes, there's more behind this picture than the wall. Casey died a hero, that's what the chaplain said. And we couldn't find sweet Lori, so I doubt she knows it yet. You and I stood tortured by the memories we recall. Yes, there's more behind this picture than the wall. For happy, loving faces Back then we had it all. Yes, there's more behind this picture than the wall. Than the wall. There you go. More behind the picture than the wall. That's just one of my many favorites that Doyle has out. I mean, I probably got 15 or 20 that I could do that are all just my favorites. Most of these I haven't done in a while. Now that one there, I mean, I've probably done that one a few months ago or something, or maybe a few weeks ago even. But most of these I haven't done in a while. The same way with this next one here. I probably did this one recently because I think we did an all gospel show, and I did this one I think in that show. But other than that, I really haven't done it. This one's called Eternity Has Two. We're going to do this tonight in the key of D. And this has your 1-4-5, so D, G, and A. That'd be 1-4-5, D, G, A. It's also got a 6 minor in it, which would be your B minor. And I believe it has a 2 in it, which would be your E also. Yeah, I believe it does. So anyway, it's got a lot of chords in it. This is kind of a challenge song, I'll just be honest. But this one's in waltz time, 3/4 time, I think they call it. I don't know any of that technical stuff. I just say waltz time because that's what it is. All right, I hope you like this one. This is one of my favorite gospel tunes that he did. When the melody's been written and the words have all been penned, and you've heard the Spirit calling through some old sacred hymn, in the valley of decision, tell me, friend, what will you do? This life has many choices, eternity has two. This world and all its pleasures will soon be cast away. The final invitation could be going out today, and you're standing at the crossroads. Tell me, friend, what will you do? This life has many choices, eternity has two. The straight and narrow way leads to life, the broad way down below. What would it profit to gain the world and lose your very soul? Tomorrow is uncertain, our days on earth are few. This life has many choices, eternity has two. This life has many choices, eternity has two. Beautiful song, very well written song. I don't know who wrote any of these, honestly. I don't think it was Doyle, but you never know. Okay, this next song, we're going to go to the key of C. It's the Little Mountain Church House. Now, to be fair, Doyle and Ricky Skaggs both came out with this song in the same year. At the same time. And I've told this story before, but one night I was watching Doyle live locally here somewhere. I can't remember where. And it was at a festival somewhere, and I think it was one that we were playing even. But anyway, he did Little Mountain Church House, you know, as part of the repertoire, because people were screaming it from the audience anyway, you know, and he did that. And then they kept up, and he did it again. and he finally did it a third time. And I don't mean right together. You know, he spread it out throughout his show, but he did it 3 times that night. And he kind of felt bad. He says, well, you know, Ricky Skaggs has this out, and we kind of made some, I don't know, he didn't exactly say they made a deal, but he said something, made me think that they had worked out something between them. I don't know what the deal was. But anyway, it's kind of, I think it's really cool on this song, Little Mountain Church House, is that it is a gospel song, but it was also named Bluegrass Song of the Year that year. How many genres will you hear a gospel song named Song of the Year? So I think that's pretty cool. It's in C. There's a little mountain church in my thought of yesterday, where friends and family gather for the Lord. There an old-fashioned preacher taught the straight and narrow way for what Yukon's a congregation could afford. Dressed in all our Sunday best, we sat on pews of solid oak. I remember how our voices filled the air, how Mama sounded like an angel under those high soprano notes. When the roll was called up yonder, I'll be there. And looking back now, that little mountain church house has become my life's cornerstone. It was there in that little mountain church house I first heard the word to base my life upon. At the all-day Sunday singings, we had dinners on the ground. Many were the souls that were revived, while the brothers and the sisters who'd gone on to glory land slept in peace in the maple grove nearby. Looking back now, that little mountain church house has become my life's cornerstone. It was there in that little mountain church house I first heard the word to base my life upon. Looking back now, that little mountain church house has become my life's cornerstone. It was there in that little mountain church house I first heard the word to base my life upon. I first heard the word to base my life upon. Just another great song. Doyle did it really, really, really well. I kind of messed up the break there, but typically I only play the last half of the break, so that's what messed me up there. Whenever you change anything out of the norm in your arrangements, you'll screw something up, or at least I will. I know that for sure. Georgia Girl. This another one of my all-time favorites. I think Doyle did this with his very first band he put together. I think it was with his very first band called Georgia Girl. Now, I used to do this up in the key of B back when I could sing high. So I've dropped it down to A tonight. Hope I can reach it there. This one's just 1-4-5, I think. Probably there's a 2 in it. I don't think there's a minor, but there might be. There probably is a 2 in it, but I'm not even sure of that. It's called Georgia Girl. 1-4-5, so that's A, D, and E. As I sit here alone with my memory, thinking back to the years long ago, through those pine-covered woods down in Georgia, there's a sweet girl that I used to know. She was young and in love with me only. I was footloose and foolish, I guess, but I walked right out of her sweet Georgia heart, and the fact that I'm lonely tells the rest. Oh, I miss my Georgia girl today. I miss woods and the red hot Georgia clay. I miss that simple life so many miles away. How I miss my Georgia girl today. 15 years, no. There's a moon shining bright on my doorstep, where I got seen shining bright in her eyes. But it's cold here in Fairbanks, Alaska, and I shiver through the long, lonely night. 15 years have slipped through my fingers. I've forgotten, I know by this time, but I'd walk through the snow down to Georgia in the cold if I thought she'd be waiting this time. How I miss my Georgia girl today. How I miss the pine woods and the red hot Georgia clay. I miss that simple life so many miles away. How I miss my Georgia girl today. Yes, I miss that simple life so many miles away. How I miss my Georgia girl today. Got that close. I haven't done that one in a very long time. I don't know if you all have ever heard me do that one or not. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I may have done it. I'm probably in the 12 years that I've had this channel going, I'm fairly sure I've done it, but I don't remember doing it. Let's see. The next one, Poet with Wings. We'll do this one for Dottie. She seems to like this tune. And, of course, Dottie, we're going to do Help Is on the Way. And then I've got one more picked out after that. And that one is called Ain't a Woman Somebody When She's Gone. So, got 3 more tunes I want to do for you. So, Poet with Wings, it's 1, 4, 5. We're going to do it out of A. So, it'd be A, D, and E. More than likely, there's 2 in this, and there might be a minor, but I can't remember. If there's a minor, it's probably a 6 minor, which would be your F sharp minor, but I don't think there's a minor in it. I can't remember. Poet with Wings. Let's see. A drifter is only a poet with wings. He moves, but he can't learn to fly. Running in footsteps ahead of his time, with no one to hear if he cries. With memories of your sweet love on my mind, I thumb my way south in the rain. Thinking of memories I've learned in my life, each bridge causes somebody pain. But yesterday's apples are gone from the tree, and sour grapes are gone from the vine. Tomorrow a new life is starting for you, while nothing is changing in mine. A drifter is only a poet with wings. He moves but he can't learn to fly. Running in footsteps ahead of his time, with no one to hear if he cries. I'm only a south wind that blew in your life, to warm you but just for a while. And I know what it means, sweetheart, when you lose, but someday you'll look back and smile. I can't be your lover, you don't need a friend. I guess that's the way it must be. But nothing remains as it was yesterday. You'd only be hurt loving me. A drifter is only a poet with wings. He moves but he can't learn to fly. Running in footsteps ahead of his time, with no one to hear if he cries. With no one to hear if he cries. With no one to hear if he cried. Whew. I could have picked out harder songs. These are hard enough, I'm telling you. Poet with Wings. And then let's see, we got Help Is on the Way. We're going to do, I used to do this one in A, but I had to drop it to G2. It's just gotten too high for me. We're going to do it in G, so it's 1, 4, 5. I can't remember if there's a 2 in this one also. There could be. I just can't remember. Probably is. A woman in the Bible days, her last meal almost gone. I don't know, for some reason I don't feel like I'm on key. A woman in the Bible days, her last meal almost gone. God sent Elijah to make his word known. He said, woman, don't you worry, for God sent me today. Before you even ask him, help was on the way. So just hold on a little longer, help is on the way. A brighter day is coming for those who believe and pray. And help won't help tomorrow if you give up today. So just hold on a little longer, because help is on the way. Troubles of this life come round, and burdens get you down. You think no one is listening, and you think no one's around. Just remember what his word said. Trust him and obey. Keep your eyes toward the heavens, because help is on the way. So just hold on a little longer, help is on the way. A brighter day is coming for those who believe and pray. And help won't help tomorrow if you give up today. So just hold on a little longer, because help is on the way. No, help won't help tomorrow if you give up today. So just hold on a little longer, because help is on the way. Very nice tune. Help is on the way. And I'll also send that out. I know Kim likes it. I don't know if she's on there tonight, but if you are Kim, or if you hear it later, well, it's for you too, because I know you like that. I think even David Tharp maybe said something about it once. Anybody that likes it, it's for you. This last song, this one is definitely a challenge song. I'm telling you right now, this is a challenge song. It's definitely a challenge for me. I know that. It's going to be in the key of F. Right there's your first clue. And it's got, of course, 1, 4, 5. So that's F, B flat, and C. So that's 1, 4, 5. It also has a D minor in it, which would be your, I believe, 6 minor. And it also has a G to a C. So when you hit that D minor, it's going to go D minor, then G, then C. Then I believe it comes back to your F. I ran into her today, not quite by accident. Someone told me where she'd be, so that's where I went. She still looks the same, there was no change that I could see. And then I realized as I watched her, there'd been a change in me. All at once she's a queen in her dream, with a sweet voice calling me baby. And she's got misty eyes, she's the right size, she's the world's most beautiful lady. I can see her now, the way she was all alone. Ain't a woman somebody when she's gone. There was someone else beside her where I used to be. As I watched her hold him close, I thought that could be me. But too late I see love has to be both give and take. But I let her do all the giving. Oh, what a big mistake. For all at once she's a queen in a dream, with a sweet voice calling me baby. And she's got right high, she's the right size, she's the world's most beautiful lady. I can see her now, the way she was all alone. Ain't a woman somebody when she's gone. Ain't a woman somebody when she's gone. About that close. I have to mess up something on every one of them. There's no way I can just do them perfect. That's what I always tell my students. The students get all flustered when they make a mistake. And I always tell them, you know, I've been playing music for 40 years, 40 plus years. And I don't think I've ever played one single song all the way through that I couldn't have done better. You know, there's always something. That's the thing about music. You can always improve. No matter how good you think you are, you can always do it a little better. So let's go to the comments and see who all is here and what's going on. Don't look like there's too many of us tonight, but I'm glad you're here anyway. Dottie Hildebrandt's there, Bill Rhodes. And Dottie says, hit the like button. And Bill says, hello, Jerry. Looks like I'm number one. Then he pulled that back later. He says, I think I stand corrected. Joe Cool, you are the music while the music lasts. Well, I could say that differently. I am the noise while the noise lasts. Let's see. WP8960 says, looking forward to a great show. Well, we had one. I hope it was good. I don't know about great. David Tharp, good evening, everyone. Michael 2X, hey, Rosameister. Dottie Hildebrandt, love Doyle Lawson. Yeah, he's hard to beat. I mean, in bluegrass, for me, it's Doyle Lawson. In country, for me, it's Merle Haggard. I mean, those are my two. Now, having said that, in bluegrass, I have several others that I'm super fans of. Tony Rice is one of them. I mean, I absolutely love what Tony Rice did. If you're not familiar with Tony Rice and you play guitar, you ought to get familiar with Tony Rice. Don't just think he's just bluegrass. He's got all kinds of music out there, but he's killer in bluegrass, and he is flat killer on picking lead on a guitar. In fact, just about every genre of music, somebody tries to copy Tony Rice. He's killer. I'm telling you, he's killer. So you need to check him out if you don't know who he is. Let's see. Dottie says, great job on Doyle Lawson's song. Well, thank you. And see, Gino Hitz says, hi, Jerry and friends. I'm here. Glad to hear good music. Thank you. Gino Hitz, great. Sounds wonderful. Thank you. Dottie says, beautifully done. And then she says, I love the Little Mountain Church House. Jerry did a fantastic. Thank you. Mike Bennett, hello, everybody, especially Dottie. Thanks for those continuing prayers, and I ditto that one. And let's see. Don Nice says, Jerry and friends, Jerry, could you do the mirror song for everyone? Well, I guess I can. I don't want to wear that one out. I'm thinking I'm wearing it out. Dottie says, I really love this song. Okay, I'm not sure which one it was at that time. Mike Bennett, we are all undeserving. Thank God for his grace. Yep. And then Dottie says, you are sure right, Mike. And let's see. Dottie says, well done, Jerry, Poet with Wings. Thank you. Ron says, keep the faith and smile. Yep. Help is on the way. Praise God for his mercy. Boy, that's the truth. Paul Akers, hey all. And then David Tharp, thumbs up and applause. That's nice. Yeah, if you do like what you're hearing, and I'm not saying you have to, but if you do, thumbs up always helps. It really does. Dottie Hildebrandt, thank you, Jerry, for doing fantastic job. Help us on the way. Well, you're welcome. Todd Smith, I almost kept up. I'm playing along. Yeah, well, a couple of those were kind of fast. That Georgia Girl's actually faster than I did it, believe it or not, and so is Poet with Wings. They're both fairly quick tunes. The other ones are medium, sort of, kind of. And I'm talking bluegrass, now you understand. Bluegrass is a faster paced music as a general rule anyway, although there are certainly some slow songs, too. David Tharp, I like it. Okay, and let's see, Buzzy Muswell, nothing like coming home from teaching tap to kids who can't count and hearing Jerry playing sweet and smooth. Thank you so much. I can imagine it. Teaching kids, it takes a special understanding. And, but it's so fulfilling when they get it. It's just like when I'm teaching kids music with mandolin. And I've been very fortunate. Let me say it this way. If the kid wants to learn, it's pretty easy, actually. Once you kind of get a routine down, you kind of get used to it, and you kind of know what's going to work and what's not going to work. And I feel like I've got that down to a science now at this point. And as long as the kid wants to learn, it becomes easy. But when the kid is there because the parents want them there, especially like in something like tap, which I'm sure a lot of them want to be there or say they want to be there, but then when they get there, they're just like, I don't know if I like this. This ain't that much fun, Then trying to teach them tap is pretty tough. Well, I've only had, in all the years I've taught students, and I've taught a lot, I've only had one student who just did not want to be here. Their parents were bringing them, and I knew it was never going to work. I just knew it was never going to work, And that's the only failure I think I've had. But you could just tell they didn't want to be here. It was just obvious. They just didn't have they never practiced anything I suggested they practice. They didn't try at all. But the ones that wanted to be here, piece cake, no problem at all. And fortunately, all of my students wanted to be here. And most of them, to be honest with you, I picked out at jam sessions. I'd see them sitting around, and I could tell they were interested in the music. And so I offered to teach them, and they all learned, Let's see. Yeah, I just can't imagine teaching tap. I have a feeling that's just got to be a nightmare. I just think that would be a nightmare. So God bless you, Buzzy. Dottie Hildebrandt, could you play the mirror song for Don? I'm definitely going to. I'm just getting through these comments first. My donation's on pay. Well, thank you so kindly. If you do want to contribute, that's very helpful. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jerry. Dottie, I like that song. Yep, I'm going to do it. Let's see. Jerry, is your road flooded yet? No, it won't flood right away like that. It takes usually a couple of days of solid rain before it floods. Like solid rain for a couple of days, and then it floods. And it really depends on what flooding south of us, because the Gasconade flows north. So if it's raining a lot south of us with that Gasconade, it backs up the Little Piney, and that's what causes our flooding. All right, so here we go. I haven't practiced this since the last time I did it, so hopefully I'll keep it straight in my head. When I look, this, by the way, this is G, C, D with a strong A in it. It's got, so it's a 2-chord. There's a lot of 2-chord in this song. When I look in the mirror, I see the old man there, but he doesn't look like me. He's got too much gray hair. But then my mind drifts back to 1963, when my brother and I built our first house up in those sassafras trees. And then I look in the mirror, and I see that old man there, but he doesn't look like me, and he seems so unaware. Now I'm back in 1983, and we've got a new house now, and our family is complete. But then I look in the mirror, and I see the old man there, and he doesn't look like me. It's almost too much to bear. Next came the change of the century, and we live on a farm now, and I'm a retiree. But then I look in the mirror, and I see the old man there. He doesn't look like me. I know it just ain't fair. Now I find myself in the present day. You've got gray in your hair. I guess time has made it that way. And then I look in that mirror, and it slowly dawns on me that we've had a good life as God meant it to be. And then I look in that mirror. I just don't know why I do that. I'm never happy with what I see. I'm kind of looking in a mirror right now, too. So you're talking about ironic, singing that song, looking at myself singing that song. Pretty ironic. Let's see. Jerry, I'm glad you can't hear me sing the mirror song. Well, you know, I do the best I can. That's all I can do. We've gone about 40 minutes. I'm going to let that be it, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in this evening. And we will see you tomorrow about 1 o'clock with something else on the vlog. Take care, and we will see you then.